everybody, it is Mormon Michael with another RWBY discussion video. This episode was Destiny, and it was absolutely amazing. It's probably my favorite episode of Volume 3 so far, which might make it my favorite episode just of the whole series. But anyway, I'm not talking about, the list of episodes. I'm just gonna have a little discussion video about it. Blake actually had a conflict when Bleeding in Yang, which which is actual depth to the characters. And speaking of which, there was also more depth to the characters with Pyrrha, hey, I don't know if I should make this decision, and if she didn't make the decision, then she's having a problem telling everybody else how she made the decision and what's going to happen to her, which is just, I don't know, it's just, hey, look, these characters are actually becoming to get really believable and real characters is what makes a good show. So good job to Rooster Teeth, because this show is getting really good. Also, the music in the episode, at the very beginning there was some music, and it was just an instrumental slowed down version of one of the other songs that usually has vocals, and it's kind of upbeat, or not really upbeat, just vocals and stuff, the faster pace, I guess. And that always it's the same song, but it's sad this time. I can't deal with it. And some of the music, when RWBY was talking to Velvet, it just sounded like it came straight from Professor Layton. If you listen to that song, it's that sounds like it could be in a Professor Layton game. Even if you don't know Professor Layton, just look up the soundtrack, because the songs are actually really good, and I highly recommend them to just listen to. Even if you don't care about the games, you don't need to play the games to like this music. Also, we saw more of Team Juniper, which was nice, especially because Nora got a lot of humor and comedy in this episode that was otherwise very dramatic. If Nora wasn't in this episode, it would have just been here, cry for the entire period of the episode. And we also learned more about Crow and his backstory, and a little bit, or not really backstory, but a little bit more into Crow and Raven, a tiny bit. We just kind of brushed on that. And then the Jean and Pyrrha scene, that scene was just very emotional, especially it felt so real for what is happening in the show. And then when Pyrrha slammed him against the wall by accident, I was just oh no, she has so much power, and Pyrrha, I'm not ready for her to die or give up her body so something else can host it. I'm not ready to lose the character of Pyrrha, because she's an awesome character, but she needs to do what she needs to do. Also, Velvet was there, which I guess was cool, because she's been established. I mean, she's been there before, but I mean, she's never really been a super major character. And I want to say she's going to become a super major character later on, and that they're just kind of building her up now. So that's good that they're not just going to hey, here's an important character, by the way, she's just very important, you're just going to have to trust us on this. And then, she's seen talking to RWBY and, hanging out. So that is good. So even if it means nothing and she's not going to be a big character, it's cool, we have even more characters to keep track of. And then at the very end, when RWBY saw Mercury, I thought Mercury was going to be hey, look at what your sister did to my leg. I needed to get a robotic leg, and I needed to get the other removed because of how bad your sister injured me. But they didn't take that route. That route they could have easily taken, and I'm actually very curious as to why they didn't. But that whole fight, and then Pyrrha being in the next fight in the tournament, especially with Penny, everything's just, it's getting, I feel like this season's almost over, and that stinks, because I've really been enjoying it. But hey, if they need to take a break for Volume 4 to be just as good, I'm okay with that. Plus, if this volume even just ended now, this volume is still the best volume so far, so good job on you, Rooster Teeth. And anyway, I'll see you guys for another RWBY discussion video. I hope there's a new episode next week, but I'm not sure if that's confirmed yet. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.